Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into your sources with really a single focus, achieving that lasting health, that genuine independence as you age.
And we believe the path there is this beautiful blend, taking that warm, sun-drenched wisdom of ancient tradition.
And pairing it with a rigorous validation of modern clinical science.
That blend is our absolute commitment to you. And I am Kiko Tanaka, the Ancestral Guide. I bring the rooted knowledge from my Japanese heritage to show you the simple paths to vitality.
It's not about complications, is it?
Not at all. It's about rediscovering the way our ancestors lived.
So today, we're exploring some of those beautifully simple practices. First, you're going to walk us through the power of daikon oroshi and the gentle use of castor oil. Then we're taking two very popular wellness claims, one on gallbladder support and another on ginger straight into the lab for a crucial, objective audit of the science. So let's start with that beautiful heritage wisdom. Your sources highlight one of the simplest Japanese staples, the daikon radish, but you insist the preparation is, well, it's everything.
Oh, exactly. This is something I'm so passionate about. I want to share the secret of daikon oroshi, grated daikon radish. In my Japanese ancestry, we learned that true vitality is rooted in simple, accessible heritage foods. The daikon itself is humble, but the way we prepare it, that transforms its power.
So it's not just about eating the radish, it's a deliberate action. Tell us about the grating, the oroshi.
That simple act of grating is the key. When you grate the daikon, you're literally splitting the vegetable cells.
Right.
And that immediate cellular rupture is what makes these incredible compounds instantly available. If you just chop or slice it, you miss that crucial step entirely.
Okay, so let's get into what's being released. I understand it acts as a kind of natural digestant.
It does. Daikon contains this unique suite of 3 crucial digestive enzymes. It's a complete digestive aid.
3 of them.
Yes. You get amylase, which tackles your carbohydrates.
Oh.
You have protease, which helps break down protein. And then there's lipase, which works on fats.
So it covers everything.
Think of it as a humble, all-in-one digestive enzyme cocktail, prepared fresh right before you eat.
That's remarkable efficiency from just one vegetable. But this is where the ancestral way becomes very specific, isn't it? Your sources are clear that effectiveness is dictated by a really sharp deadline.
And this is the most critical detail for you to remember. This is the secret. First, daikon must be consumed raw.
Raw. Okay, why is that?
Because these enzymes are extremely heat sensitive. Amylase has gone around 50 Celsius, protease at 42.
And lipase?
Lipase is destroyed at a body temperature of just 32 degrees Celsius.
Wow, so cooking it wipes out the benefit.
It makes it just a vegetable. And second, the most powerful compound is something called isothiocyanate. You might know it as sulforaphane.
I've heard of that. It's known as a potent anti-inflammatory, right?
A potent cancer fighter, a powerful anti-inflammatory, and it's antimicrobial. But here's the problem. Once you release it by grating, it is only present and active for up to 30 minutes.
30 minutes, that's it.
That's the window. The moment you grate it, the clock starts ticking. You have half an hour to finish it to get that full benefit.
That level of precision completely changes how you view, simple food prep.
It does. It shows the reverence our ancestors had for food and for timing. And there are no tricks, no adding acid to stabilize it. Nature gives us a 30-minute clock.
So how do you use it then?
We use it immediately as a wafu, a Japanese-style topping. If you're eating a rich Western dish, like spaghetti, you add the grated daikon right on top.
To help with the carbs.
Exactly. Or if you're having a fatty steak, its lipase and protease kick in to help with that digestion.
And one final tip, you mentioned not peeling the skin.
Absolutely not. The skin is where a huge amount of the vitamin C is concentrated. And like the enzymes, it's also sensitive. Leaving the skin on maximizes every single benefit.
That is a wonderful example of precision transforming simplicity. Okay, let's transition to another gentle rooted practice. This one is less about diet, more about external application. The use of castor oil on the navel. This is a practice that spans many traditions.
It is a truly timeless practice, rooted in this idea of deep nourishment. In cultures all over the world, the navel, the umbilicus, is seen as the central energetic point.
A central connection point.
Exactly. It's linked to the body's internal systems through a dense network of nerves. So applying castor oil there is seen as a way to gently feed and stimulate those core connections.
And what are the primary holistic benefits that the sources cite?
They're often systemic. For digestion and detoxification, the oil is believed to stimulate the digestive system, improve bowel movements, and relieve that uncomfortable bloating.
How does it do that?
Well, partly due to its natural, gentle, laxative properties. By massaging this central area, it's thought to enhance lymphatic drainage, which helps the body flush out toxins. And beyond that, the mindful act of the massage itself has a very distinct calming effect. It helps stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system.
The rest and digest system.
That's the one. It tells your body it's safe to relax. This can promote deeper relaxation and really improve sleep quality.
And I understand for women, tradition links this area to hormonal balance.
Yes. It is thought to support hormonal health, reduce menstrual pain, and alleviate PMS symptoms because of its connection to the reproductive system. It's valued because it's so non-invasive and so gentle. And this is where I step in to bridge that tradition to the clinical why. We honor the ancestral belief in essential energy, but we can also analyze the mechanism of absorption. The active ingredient in castor oil is ricinoleic acid.
We hear a lot about that compound now. What makes it so significant?
Ricinoleic acid is known clinically for its potent anti-inflammatory and its analgesic or pain-relieving properties.
Okay.
So when you apply it topically, even at the navel, that compound can be absorbed through the skin. This absorption, combined with the way the oil improves local circulation and lymphatic drainage, supports the body's natural detoxification processes. It lends tangible scientific support to those traditional claims.
So the local application has a systemic effect.
Precisely. And for application, always look for pure, cold-pressed, hexene-free castor oil. The ritual is very simple. Cleanse the area, apply just a few drops, and massage gently for 5 to 10 minutes. Many people leave it on overnight to really maximize that deep absorption.
If this ancestral approach, this blending of gentle tradition with hard clinical science, resonates with you in your path toward independence, please join our community by subscribing. Okay, let's turn the page. We've looked at the simple rooted wisdom. Now it's time for the necessary clinical audit. When we talk about natural flow, one organ where flow becomes a matter of critical safety is the gallbladder. We need to audit the popular advice from figures like Dr. Eric Berg.
From my medical perspective, auditing these high-profile claims is, frankly, essential, especially for the aging body. The gallbladder is small, but its role is just massive. It stores and concentrates bile, which is non-negotiable for breaking down fats and absorbing your fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K.
So if the gallbladder gets sluggish, you're not just facing digestive discomfort, you're looking at potential vitamin deficiencies. What are Dr. Berg's key protocols for preventing that?
His protocols focus on smart stimulation. First, he advocates for increasing healthy fats in the diet.
Which seems counterintuitive.
It does, but it stimulates the gallbladder to contract and release bile, preventing stagnation. It's a direct contradiction to the old low-fat advice, but it's crucial for flow. Second, he emphasizes 7 to 10 cups of vegetables daily. You need that fiber to bind with and remove toxins in the bile. And third, he recommends choline-rich foods, like egg yolks and liver, which are the building blocks for healthy bile.
And what does he recommend avoiding?
The big ones are excessive refined carbs and sugars. He also singles out soy, noting that it may trigger estrogen activity, which can actually constrict the bile duct and hinder flow.
That all seems like a pretty comprehensive dietary approach.
Yeah.
But where's the critical safety tripwire that you audit against?
This is paramount because I have seen the dangers of aggressive, non-medical advice in my practice. Dr. Berg strongly advises against traditional, intense gallbladder flushes.
Those with lots of olive oil.
Exactly, especially if you have pre-existing gallstones.
And why is that intense flush so dangerous?
Because that huge volume of fat can cause an overwhelming sudden contraction. If you have stones, that aggressive squeeze risks forcing them to lodge in the bile ducts.
Which is not just painful.
It doesn't just cause a severe gallbladder attack. It risks inducing pancreatitis inflammation of the pancreas. That is a medical emergency. It can be fatal. The takeaway is, if you even suspect stones, gentleness and medical consultation are absolutely non-negotiable.
That distinction between gentle support and hazardous aggression is vital. Okay, let's audit another incredibly popular digestive aid, ginger. We all know it soothes the stomach. But what does the science say about its effect on the gallbladder itself?
This is where we really need to separate common perception from clinical fact. We can look at a very specific double-blind, randomized crossover study on healthy male subjects. They investigated whether a 1,200 milligram dose of powdered ginger root actually affected the gallbladder's contraction.
Okay, before you give us the finding, let's clarify a term. You mentioned gallbladder ejection fraction. In simple terms, what is that?
Think of the gallbladder as a small balloon. The ejection fraction is simply the measure of how much bile it squeezes out with each contraction. It's a measure of how effective that squeeze is.
Perfect. So the study measured how hard the ginger made the gallbladder squeeze, and the finding was?
The surprising finding was that the 1,200 milligrams of ginger did not affect the gallbladder volume, its ejection fraction, or any related symptoms like bloating or nausea when compared to a placebo.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That seems to completely contradict the universal belief that ginger is this all-around digestive booster. If it doesn't make the gallbladder squeeze harder, why is it so effective for things like nausea?
And that's the critical nuance. Other studies have proven that ginger does significantly accelerate gastric motility.
So it makes your stomach empty faster.
Exactly. It makes your stomach empty faster into the small intestine. The digestive relief you feel is real, but it's likely coming from the stomach moving things along, not the gallbladder contracting more aggressively.
So its action on the biliary system might be indirect.
This study strongly suggests that, yes, it might be stimulating the liver to produce and secrete more bile, rather than making the gallbladder itself work harder.
So more bile is flowing, but the squeeze bag isn't on overdrive. That is a really important distinction.
It is. The outcome is improved digestion, but the mechanism is far more subtle than most people assume. It just highlights why we need to keep investigating even our most ancient remedies.
We are committed to your health and your independence. Click that notification bell so you never miss an audit from the clinical perspective or our ancestral guidance. So where does that leave us? We've gone from the precise, sun-drenched timing of daikon oroshi to the systemic support of castor oil, and then balanced it all with these essential clinical safety checks.
We've seen that sometimes the simplest ancestral ways, like grating a radish, require incredible precision. And on the other hand, the most common assumptions, like how ginger works, are often based on correlation, not the actual mechanism.
And that leads us to our final provocative thought for you. The audit of ginger showed that a powerful digestive aid helps the body, but not in the way the common story suggests. It impacts the stomach, not the gallbladder squeeze. So if a time-honored staple like ginger operates under a clinically proven but widely misunderstood mechanism, what other common wellness assumptions are we making? What are we doing based on what just feels right, instead of what the specific mechanism of action actually is? The pursuit of true independence means we have to question even the gentlest wisdom.
We hope this deep dive helps guide your path to lasting health and independence. Stay vibrant.